What's up everybody, it's Austin from Average Joe Gaming, and today we're going to be reviewing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is more than just a fruit icy you slurp down on your vacation in the Bahamas. It's actually one of the best 2D platformers you can play right now, on any console. From its lush, vibrant world filled to the brim with secrets and collectibles, to the challenging and precise platforming you'd come to expect from a Donkey Kong Country game, Tropical Freeze is everything you could expect from this series, for better or worse. For this guy here, it's definitely for the better. To me, Tropical Freeze succeeds in recapturing the soul of the original Donkey Kong Country games, something that 2010's Donkey Kong Country Returns failed to do. There's a lot of Donkey Kong Country in this review. This is largely in part due to two things that may sound inconsequential, but they add up adding so much to the experience. First thing are the Snowmads, the northern Viking-like animals that attacked DK Island this time around. This entire group of baddies have this personality behind them that the Tikis lacked in DKC Returns. For the first time in a long time, I felt comfortable with the Kremlin's replacements. Tropical Freeze also recaptures the feel of the old DKC games with its amazing soundtrack, thanks to returning composer David Wise. There's remixes of old tracks from the Super Nintendo, along with a slew of new tunes that really get you hyped to swing through the jungle. The intro track alone had me hooked from the second I turned on the game. Let's put it this way, I was just as excited to go to the next world and hear a new set of songs as I was to actually play the levels themselves. It's all good. Hell, I'm even listening to the soundtrack now as I'm writing this lame script to you guys. So it looks like Donkey Kong, and it sounds like Donkey Kong, but does Tropical Freeze feel like Donkey Kong? Well, yes and no. Plain and simple, this game doesn't feel like the classics, but retains a lot of the control and mechanics from Donkey Kong Country Returns. Jumping around from spot to spot isn't as forgiving as Mario games, because Donkey Kong has a certain weight to him. He's a big gorilla, and yes, for better or worse, it sometimes feels that's exactly what you're controlling, a big monkey. For me, I got used to how DK controls pretty quick, and once you figure it out and play with all that heaviness, it actually feels really good. That good feeling is multiplied over and over again by the levels you come across in Tropical Freeze. Just like how Super Mario 3D World gave the players a new experience in nearly every level, Tropical Freeze nearly does the same thing in a 2D plane. The crazy thing is that while there is so much variety in the levels, it all fits into this cohesive tropic world. Some levels you'll be blasting through the air in barrels, other levels you'll be in mine carts, then you'll be underwater, then you'll be chased by an octopus, then you'll be climbing up your mountain, then you'll be riding Rambi through the savannah, then you'll be all god, you guys get the point. Each of the 6 worlds has its own distinct theme, but even within those themes the levels keep bringing out new challenges for you to face. Every level is jam-packed, so much so that it can be a little too much at times. It's pretty regular that you'll find yourself swinging from vines to making some tough chasm jumps, all while dodging or defeating the Snowmads blocking your way. But I found as long as I kept my cool and my eyes open for what's next, you can make it to the end. Tropical Freeze is definitely not for the faint of heart. It's tough, but it's not unfair. World 5, however, did have a few levels that definitely rubbed me the wrong way, with unforgiving checkpoints and some really annoying enemy placements. Tropical Freeze doesn't just pack in the levels with obstacles and enemies, but with secrets. There are tons of collectibles in this game, from Kong letters, to puzzle pieces, to extra lives and secret exits. I only wish that some of the bonus rooms where you collect these puzzle pieces felt as varied as the rest of the game. By the end of the game, I had every room pretty much down pat. Making it through Tropical Freeze isn't so bad, but collecting everything there is certainly a challenge only the most skilled primates will achieve. I still need to go back and collect some things to unlock all the levels. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze also brings back Diddy, Dixie, and Cranky along for the ride, but overall, they bring nothing new and exciting to the franchise. In single player, you can't even play as these characters, only use their abilities as they ride on DK's back. The problem is that these abilities don't feel much different than the others. They all help make platforming easier. Diddy lets you float, Dixie will float and lift you up a little bit higher, and Cranky can hop on his cane to avoid spikes. I found myself using Dixie and never really wanting to change characters. The only time you can play as these characters is when a second player joins in, but trust me, that's a bad idea here. Tropical Freeze just isn't well suited for 2 players to go all willy-nilly on screen. Like I said earlier, the levels are packed full of things to do, and forcing 2 people to work together through these obstacles is really hard to do, and just not that fun. My playtime had me leaving behind my girlfriend more times than I should say, just because the game constantly pushes you forward. With that said, two players of equal skill and the patience to navigate the levels together might work out okay for you. Oh, there's also online leaderboards to compete with the world in time trials, because why the hell not? Good job, Nintendo. They work like time trials, you're timed, the people can watch your trial. Sound fun? Maybe, I guess if you're into that. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is a fantastic platformer complete with gorgeous visuals and a tremendous soundtrack. Every level presents you with something new and fresh to experience. While there are a few unwanted spikes in difficulty, it's otherwise an extremely fun adventure you definitely should take on your Wii U. It's just a shame you should probably take it alone. On Average Joe Gaming's patented gaming smoothie scale, we give Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze a fruity and delicious 4 out of 5.